SageWater's specializes in replacing aged and defective piping in occupied buildings. Since 1988, we have successfully replaced over 35 million feet of pipe in more than 125,000 occupied condominium hotel and commercial building units. Our resident-centric approach to pipe replacement for drain, waste and vent, domestic water supply, and hydronic heating and cooling piping ensures your property will have the best available resolution to your piping problems with minimal disruption to your community. With our time-tested processes, in-house team of specialists, and over a decade with a dedicated presence in Honolulu, serving the local condominium community, SageWater will solve your piping problems with higher quality, fewer complications, and greater value than the competition.
The plumbing problems we've been having here at 1350 was stemming from the waste and the vent lines. We had to make repairs weekly, sometimes so often that it was affecting the living conditions.
Since I got here to the property, there has been a lot of issues with wastewater leaking into units. And this has become an issue because nobody wants wastewater on their walls or on their floors and their ceilings.
I've been here at 1350 for roughly 11 years, and I never added all up until about 2010, 2011, when our insurance companies will not insure us anymore. That's when the board and I started to reevaluate the possibility of doing a repipe.
Replacing the plumbing system in an occupied building is no easy task. It takes a great deal of coordination to make the job run smoothly, and it's our commitment to education and communications that helps us ensure your project will be a success. Before we replace a single pipe, we implement an education and communications program that clearly outlines the renovation plan, how this plan affects your daily lives, and what you can expect from our team of Repipe specialists.
The reason the association has chosen SageWater is due to the fact that they were one contractor that could do it all. They could take out the walls, they could replace the pipes, they could replace the toilets, they can do the drywall, and being able to do it in an occupied setting and have the tenant move in and move out on a daily basis and get the job done.
The first part of our communications effort includes a traditional paper notification program, which will highlight the renovations to come, how to best prepare your building, and the individual units, as well as when the repipe process is scheduled to begin. This includes unit-specific color-coded renovation plans that clearly outline work areas, traffic areas, and unaffected areas within each unit. A password-protected website can be created to educate your staff, owners, and residents about the details of the project, including copies of all the written notices, unit-specific color-coded renovation plans, as well as the latest project schedule and contact information for your dedicated project manager. In addition, your community can read about our industry-leading employment verification process that includes thorough background checks, drug testing, and e-verification of every SageWater employee who will be working across your community and in your home. As part of our community education program, our project managers host town hall meetings where our team will describe in extensive detail what to expect during the renovation. After our opening presentation, we encourage everyone in attendance to ask questions during the dedicated Q&A session.
One of the most important factors that SageWater has brought here at 1350 was the communication. How we communicated to the residents on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. SageWater gives us that opportunity to post notices through their websites, through notices in the elevator. Was very key on communicating with our residents and doing a satisfactory job.
The SageWater team was professional from day one until they finished the job. The website is really, I think, a useful tool, especially for those who go to work daily. But for someone like me and I'm retired, I made a point of going to all of the meetings, and there were questions and answer periods. And I felt that was vital.
Finally, our staff of dedicated project managers will maintain an on-site presence throughout the entire repipe process in order to address any issues that may come up during the course of the project. We are always available to address any questions or concerns you may have. Preparing each unit for the Repipe process is an extremely important step in making sure the project starts smoothly. Prior to the start date, we ask that residents secure all valuables and remove fragile items from the specified work and traffic areas, as identified by the color-coded floor plans. Several days prior to the start of construction, our project managers will conduct a pre-construction walkthrough of each unit. We'll inspect for any pre-existing damages, check for unforeseen obstructions, and make sure each unit is ready for work to begin. Making sure that owners' and residents' personal belongings are protected throughout the renovation is one of the most important steps of the SageWater Repipe process. When construction begins, the first step is to set up our dust and debris mitigation system. We surround the work areas with plastic sheeting and drop cloths to protect the unit. Additional plastic sheeting is used to protect televisions, electronics, and other sensitive items. For the convenience of your owners and residents, this dust mitigation system is set up and removed daily as part of our cleanup process.
I found SageWater, their operational procedure, excellent because they take care of the walkway, so there's no footprints at the end of the day. They wrap everything up, pull everything back up, and you have your place back normal.
Directly after the dust and debris protection system is in place, our team will quickly transition into assessing the areas where the new plumbing will be installed. This portion of the renovation includes making multiple precise drywall cuts within the work areas to assess the piping. In most cases, access to the piping can be completed by cutting drywall only, but occasionally we may be required to cut tile or remove and reset cabinets and vanities in order to access the piping. If this is required, specific plans for this work will be detailed at the outset of the project and clearly communicated to owners and property management well in advance for units requiring this type of work. Once all the necessary drywall cuts have been made, our team will then initiate the installation of the new plumbing system. SageWater's Repipe specialists have expertise working in all property types and with all piping materials. Regardless of whether you have clogged drain lines, cracked vent lines, or other failing components of your piping systems, you can be rest assured that we can quickly replace any faulty piping with a reliable and efficient new system. For failing drain, waste, and vent piping systems in Hawaii, we typically install cast iron piping with no hub couplings as the replacement solution. But we can install PVC or other alternatives as required. For domestic water systems, we can install copper, PEX, CPVC, or other specialty piping products to meet your specific needs or specification requirements. In most units, whether garden style or high-rise, the plumbing installation process usually only takes a few days to complete. Any sections of pipe removed in the morning are replaced and reconnected before work ends for the day. This ensures your water is guaranteed to be on nights and weekends. Certain municipalities require plumbing inspections on drain, waste, and vent pipe replacement work, and our project managers will work with the local inspectors to ensure all inspections take place in a timely manner, and all work is completed in accordance with local building codes. Immediately following the required inspections, our expert craftsmen will begin seamlessly finishing the affected walls. Our finish crews will replace the drywall that was removed to access the plumbing, apply several layers of drywall compound, and smooth the finish to match the adjacent existing surface exactly. Depending on how much drywall is removed during the repipe process, this can take several more days to complete. Once the affected drywall has been reinstalled and surface textures have been matched, our specialized paint blending process will start. Our paint matching technique is designed to exceed the highest standards. Rest assured that the repairs to the affected areas will be blended so that once the refinish process is completed, the affected areas will look just as they did prior to the start of our work. While we clean up daily so that owners and residents can continue to live comfortably in their units during the renovation process, After painting is complete, our cleaning team performs a thorough final cleanup of each unit. We focus on the work areas to remove any last dust and debris that may be remaining from the renovation.
After the retrofit job was finished, there were areas in the unit that actually looked better than they did before.
Currently, SageWater is doing a really good job here at Aloha Plaza. We're on time. Everybody has a really good attitude. The residents are happy. They come in and day out, and they do what they need to do to ensure that this property is taken care of the way it should be.
Next, our project managers complete a quality assurance inspection and create a punch list of any items that require further attention. To ensure complete satisfaction with the work, a final inspection will take place with each unit owner or a designated representative and a SageWater project manager.
The fact that they have done our building here at 1350, which is 33 floors, 353 apartments, the way that SageWater has done it is second to none.
I myself would recommend SageWater to other buildings. I think that they have a good attitude, that they're efficient, and we can, as a community, know that our building is now preserved for the next 50 to 100 years.
From project design to project completion, SageWater's turnkey pipe replacement process is simply the smartest solution for replacing your plumbing system problem. If your building is experiencing pipe problems, call SageWater today for a free property evaluation. On behalf of the entire SageWater team here in Hawaii, mahalo, and thank you for your time and attention.